live.
All right. It's a very special edition of Six Pack Cinema following up the Golden Globes. We all enjoyed it. I know I did. How about you guys?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. There was no big moment that no one stole the show in a funny, bad way. Like someone usually embarrasses himself or does something incredibly weird. The Oprah stole the show in a fantastic way. She was amazing. I was ready to kind of like not hate on Oprah, but just poke fun at her and be like, it's Oprah. Yeah. Who wants a car? You get a car. You get a car. You get a car. And then by the end, I was like, "Oh, tell me more, Oprah. Tell me more."
Yeah, I liked it. I normally don't sit through like the entire awards show. I wait until like Best Actor and movies done and just catch clips of it. But I don't sit through the whole thing. So this is my first time in a long time watching a whole one, and I was pretty entertained. I don't know if they're normally this entertaining, but I'll agree with Jimmy. I was waiting for somebody to just kind of like fuck up and embarrass themselves, and that never came.
There are 25 categories. I went 12 for 12 and abstained from foreign picture because I'm not foreign, so don't watch those.
That's 500. That'll get you the Hall of Fame. Good job.
I was pretty happy with myself. It started out real high and then kind of lost. And a couple of them got issues with. We'll get into that later, I guess.
Okay. What do you guys think of the all black?
I didn't notice it until it got down to Best Actor, like after Gary Oldman talked, and my sister called me and said, "What do you think about all the women wearing black?" And I said, "Oh, they're doing that."
You fucking kidding me?
It's been all over social media for like a week.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not really use Twitter for the Yankees, so
wow.
Fair.
Yankees Twitter was not talking
like a
about
passing like glance at the TV. You should have known that was coming.
I
guess I'm not that observant.
I liked it, but I thought it was weird that the president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association came out being like, "I support you guys," in a bright red dress.
Yeah, because you're a star.
Yeah, I was like,
"You are a star."
No, it was like you wear a black dress if you support them. That's the point of the cause or the thing tonight.
So my sister said that she can't wear it because of her culture. Like there's something in her culture that they don't wear black, so she wore red. I didn't know who that lady was. All I knew is she was so boring. Don't let her champion any cause of yours, whether it be the foreign press, women's rights, just a snooze show.
Yep.
Get her out of
here.
Oprah.
I tweeted out the snooze, like she went to journalism, and I was like, "What the fuck are we talking about here?"
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because can we poke fun at all the zings that the women have? Some of them, Natalie Portman's was pretty good when she said, and now for all the male directors, some of the other ones were tough. They were lame. Can I say that? They were just lame. I know the message is great. The concept is great. All black is not great. That's what high school basketball teams do when they have a first-year coach who's like 22 years old. It's like, let's go. This is going to be their funeral. Let's wear all black.
Black and black steak.
Meryl Streep, did she wear black? Did she participate in that? Does she not know that?
And
does she not know it's a shitty sports? She hates sports. Wearing all black to a non-funeral to act like it's a funeral, like mourning, is a shitty sports team move. I hope Meryl Streep knows that. She hates sports.
She doesn't. She thinks only idiots watch sports, and so she doesn't watch sports.
She is an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. That blows my mind that she can't understand that.
What? Yeah. That she's only got one track mind?
But it also blows my mind when people who watch sports can't understand like enjoying movies. Like it's a craft, and these are the best people at that craft. There are
a lot of things in the world, and some are really, really good things. And like you can enjoy cooking, and you can also enjoy a McDonald's burger here and there, and you can enjoy a movie and a good sporting event.
Yeah,
you can be well.
That's ridiculous. You can enjoy more than one thing in your life.
Yeah, I think you can.
That's preposterous.
Mm. But anyways, Meryl Streep, we can all agree she knew. Bitch. I don't like her. She's just a stuck-up motherfucker. And you know what I love? I love Tom Hanks very visibly hates her.
I didn't catch that, but
I didn't catch that at all.
I agree 100%. Didn't see it, no evidence of it, but of course that's true.
their like press trail. You know, they have to go and like try and pump up the movie. It's like awkward between them. And Tom Hanks is the most likable, family-friendly guy in the world. Like you can sit him next to a homeless man, and he'll have a best friend for life. He's just that kind of guy.
He's America's dad.
Exactly. He's the fun uncle.
Well, speaking of Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, don't nominate The Post for anything if it's not going to win. Because who cares? It's out for one day. No one's seen it. No one cares about it. All you're doing...
No, they've seen it. Everyone who's got a vote has seen it. They got the screeners.
Yes, but like I'm saying, the public. Like they're nominating it just to pump more money into Spielberg and all that, and because no one in the public has seen it yet, but it's been nominated. Don't do that unless it's going to win. Because now I think The Post is probably a garbage movie that just got nominated on names alone.
Well, I mean, it's gotten bad reviews, so probably
it didn't win anything.
That's what I'm saying. If you nominate a movie that no one has seen yet, the public hasn't seen yet, it better win at least one category. Otherwise, you just took a spot away from a movie that's been out for a while that probably could have, I don't know.
I think that just proved the rumor is true that they fucked up in the editing room. Like it should have been a great movie and they rushed it, and that they like pumping up all this like the marketing behind it because they got a great actor, great actress, even though she sucks, and a great director, and it was a great topic to have a movie about. But they rushed it because delays in filming, and didn't get one single win. Even this, I mean, I thought we were in for it when what's his face, the host there, joked about it.
In the beginning, when they had the girl walk out with like the 7 awards for them.
Yeah, it was great. I love that.
Did he host at all? Was it opening monologue and that's it?
Yeah, he came out like 3 times. So
yeah, I think that's all that they do on the Golden Globes, right?
They usually do more than that.
Do they?
I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I thought Jimmy Fallon did a much better job last year. I don't like Jimmy Fallon.
I don't. Yeah.
You didn't watch it? Okay, cool. He had this whole big like theatrical entrance. I love when they pre-record an opening. And he had that one that was like mimicking La La Land's big highway scene.
I did see that. Yeah,
it was awesome. It was fun. It got you like all jacked up, and as soon as it started like countdown hit 0, I was like in my seat like, let's go! I want to see it pre-recorded awesomeness, and it just got out. It was his regular fucking monologue from late night. I was so broken. I was disappointed to the max.
Yeah, I did like his monologue though.
Oh, it was good, but I was expecting more. This is the show, Dave. This is theatrics.
I don't know. I don't know what they normally do. I just watch clips normally.
Yeah. No, it's an event, not just a clip, my man. If you break it down and just watch the clips tomorrow, you're gonna think, wow, he did really, really good. He had a lot of funny jokes.
Yeah.
Clips are great. They don't tell the whole story.
All right. Give me a category. I'm going to give you all my thoughts on it.
All right, let's go supporting actress.
Who are the nominees and who won it again?
All right, you get the paper there. Jimmy, read it out.
Okay, so best, they have these in a really, best supporting actress, any motion picture, Downsizing, I, Tonya, Ladybird, Shape of Water, Mudbound. I thought Mary J. Blige was going to win for Mudbound.
So did I. I tweeted that before they announced it, and then 44 seconds later, I was like, "Oop, I was wrong."
But Allison Janney from I, Tonya won, which I haven't seen yet, but I have really high hopes for. I like Allison Janney. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, but I don't really have that many thoughts on that one. Good. I really want to see I, Tonya more now because of that, and good for her.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted to see it beforehand, and the reception I got tonight, I was like, "Oh my god, this might be actually really good." And sad news, though. I mean, it really kind of sucks when you think about it that Nancy Kerrigan's sitting at home watching the Globes, and that bitch Tanya's there front row.
The best part is she's not even sitting at home. Somebody was I saw somebody on Twitter was like she was hired by the Kardashians to teach their kids how to ice skate. So that's what she's doing with her life. Yeah,
dance for me, clown.
I haven't seen the movie I, Tonya, so I might be wrong, but I mean it's pretty common knowledge that maybe they're gonna make us feel bad for her. Like Disaster Artist made us feel bad for Tommy Wiseau, but like Tanya Harding is like a scuzzbag. Like,
Oh, she's a complete scumbag.
She a
In real
bad
life,
guy.
yes, but I believe the movie's like showing her as a misunderstood.
Yeah,
like,
but still, it was
protagonist.
weird. It's weird that
the movie's
we
about
clapped
her
for
being
her.
the product of a bad situation.
Yeah, but it's weird that she's at the Golden Globes getting clapped for.
Yeah, unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. All right,
Unreal.
best actor in a motion picture went to James Franco. Oh, that was for comedy.
Yeah,
Yes.
still good
That
though.
was amazing though. When I loved first Tommy walking up before the like Franco even invited him up, and then as soon as Tommy gets there, tries to grab the mic and Franco has to shove him over, and then Dave like doubling over, almost falling down, laughing at it. That
You
was
think
that
that was
was
real?
probably my highlight from the whole thing.
Do you think that was real?
I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
1000%. That is Tommy.
Okay, that was funny.
I mean,
thought
James Franco was not that good of a like. That was a pure reaction, just like, oh shit, don't touch the mic.
Yeah.
You know, that was very pure.
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did just win an award for best acting, so I mean, it may be. I don't know.
Tommy Wiseau, that whole situation's weird. Like,
It is.
he shouldn't be happy about this. I know that he's made money off of it, but this guy just won an award for playing you because you're so bad. He's mimicking you on stage as a joke in front of your face and just shoved you away from the microphone like a toddler because you are a problem and you're lapping it up. I mean, to him if it doesn't upset him, but most humans should be upset by that.
Well, from what I understand, it's taking a lot of years for Tommy to not be upset about like The Room and how it's received, and he's finally okay with it just recently, and that's why he like supported Disaster Artist and became friends with Franco.
Yeah,
But for years he was like super depressed about it.
I think if he should have just taken the silver lining here, and that's that everyone's seeing that he is a success story despite his worst attempt. I don't know. He tried. He tried real hard, and he gave it his all. And pat in the back. I guess that's the best you can see out of this. I guess that's all.
Best supporting actor.
Sam.
Supporting went to Sam Rockwell, who said, like in his speech, "Thanks for not being a dick to me," which was
Yeah.
It's always nice when people aren't dicks. I thought Christopher Plummer was going to win it just because of the 11 days thing, but Sam Rockwell deserved it. That is
he was great.
Yeah, I think we said when we reviewed 3 Billboards too. I think we all were saying that he deserves to win this year, but we didn't think he would.
We're on the tape. I said I thought he would, but whatever.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. He definitely deserved it. I don't know.
He did.
Yeah, I just thought I remembered us all talking about it and then deciding someone else would win it because there was a lot of like Plummer replacing Spacey and other stuff like that this year.
Yeah, and that would have been a strong reasons for Plummer to win. What I liked is that at the end of the speech, it's like, hey, thanks for giving me a movie that people watch.
Yeah,
he's done so many.
There's a lot of the indie stuff.
We got best actress in a musical or comedy went to my girl Saoirse Ronan. Did I say it?
Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse?
As in inertia.
In Ladybird, she's all stripped down. My girlfriend loved it because it was so honest and raw. Like she had no makeup on in the movie, and her skin looks. It's not
real.
It's natural.
It's real.
She's attractive, but she's not like a beauty in that. But she is very attractive, and I like her accent, and I love her. She's my Jennifer Lawrence of this year.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Silver Linings Playbook year, I fell in love with Jennifer Lawrence throughout the whole award scene, and I'm doing that for her this year.
And then in like 2 years now, you'll be like, I fucking hate her. She's everywhere.
No, I still love Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh.
I think she's going to be my new Emma Stone because she is that girl that is just hot and, more importantly, very, very cute. And I just want to hang out with her all the time.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, nobody's replacing Anna Kendrick for me, but right now she's on the Mount Rushmore, at least.
All right. So have you guys still not seen Lady Bird?
I have not.
No. All right. Well, she deserved it. She was very good in that. Okay, then. All right, now let's move on to dramas. We had Gary Oldman winning for Darkest Hour. I haven't seen Darkest Hour. We saw Shape of Water. this past weekend, and I texted you guys and I said Darkest Hour was playing one theater over at the same exact start time, and I was
conflicted.
I wanted to go. I knew we had to do the podcast, and now we're not even doing Shape of Water this week. We're doing Golden Globe, so I could have done it. I really want to see Darkest Hour. I love history, love Winston Churchill, and I tweeted from our account at Six Pack Cinema that Gary Oldman wishes he was, because people honestly don't recognize Danny Oldman. The average person or Gary Oldman won't recognize him because he
becomes his roles. Yeah. I agree with that. And I haven't seen The Darkest Hour yet, but my dad did, so I got a review from him. His review is very good, but very depressing and dark. So that's my the official Dave's Father review.
Thank you, Mr. Dave.
Your thoughts, Sheehan, on that?
I like him. I've always liked him. I admit, every time I hear him speak, I'm shocked that he's British or whatever his friggin' accent is. Because whenever I see him, I think, all right, well, there's Commissioner Gordon of Batman.
Yeah,
always going to be that.
I was pissed they played him off. They kept
that was
doing
wrong. That was wrong.
And they did that to him and Del Toro, and I was pissed at both of them because fuck you. They both have been working for years for this moment, and there's other people who have won multiple ones who had longer speeches.
And Del Toro, I love to jump to him real quick when he says, "I've been waiting 25 years for this."
Stop.
You're gonna play me off?
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, yeah, give him the bird. Put the whole world off, man. You deserve this.
If Guillermo del Toro, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't become really good filmmaker, he'd be playing with train sets in his garage alone in a very sad life.
Yep.
That was a very weak category because Timothée Chalamet from Call Me by Your Name, first-time actor, not going to get love, but good for you. Daniel Day-Lewis, he is only here because he acted in a movie. That movie looks god-awful. No interest in seeing that at all.
I was...
Tom Hanks, same thing. Nominated because he was in a movie. And then Denzel Washington, same thing. Nominated just because he's a good actor that did a movie. All those movies no one's really talking about. A really weak category. Good actors, bad movies.
Mm-hmm. I agree, and I actually had tweeted I thought they were going to give it to Daniel Day-Lewis just because he's retiring again for like the 15th time, and everyone fucking jerks him off every time he does this.
So we don't need to bash him anymore. We bashed him enough.
I know. I was just very pleasantly surprised that Oldman got it.
I'll say this. I'm very interested in seeing that movie. The Phantom Thread.
Which one? Are you serious?
I am. It looks very, very weird. I love weird.
It looks terrible. It looks like a little bit better than version of Mother.
I haven't seen anything for this movie, but
there's potential. There's potential for it to be a real shit show, but it's also one of those ones you kind of want to sit there and be like, oh my god,
that is going to be.
Oh, look at this fucking guy.
That's going to be a. What is this movie about? Wait, what was this movie about?
Yeah,
it's so deep. Everything's so deep.
Sheehan, how you just described it was how we were describing Mother before we saw it. And you know how that turned out.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think he's going to eat a baby. So I think we're good.
Spoiler alert, he eats 2 babies.
Best Actress. Jessica Chastain in Molly's Game. Sally Hawkins, Shape of Water. Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards. Meryl Streep, The Post. Michelle Williams, All the Money in the World. Frances McDormand wins. Deservedly so. I haven't seen Molly's Game.
Oh.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Sally Hawkins won it. And we haven't talked about Shape of Water yet, which we will next week.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, a little spoiler for that. There were some scenes in Shape of Water where I thought Sally Hawkins was doing a phenomenal job at a really difficult task.
Okay.
Hey, spoiler, I actually didn't see it yet.
I didn't see
good.
it
I won't say much then.
How my timing worked out this weekend, I could either see that or watch the beginning of the Golden Globes, and I knew we were actually covering this. So
yeah.
Well,
I was super happy Frances won, but the clips when they were going through all the actresses there, when they started on Jessica Chastain and she gave that little wink and wave, she hopped up on my my actress list with that. I fell in love for a few seconds there.
Yeah, she made a really corny joke, though. She was one of the ones that made a zing, and it was a bad one. I forget what it was.
What was it? I missed it.
I forget. Was at the
It
end.
was, it was one of the ones in the beginning, right? With Seth, when like they were saying the punchline to his joke.
No, I missed those. It was towards the end. She made like a Natalie Portman-esque zing about men and shit.
Oh, I missed that.
All right.
Um,
I'll be honest.
right,
I was surprised. I was surprised that she won because she's not as refined. I'll say that as some of the people that the foreign press usually like. She's real tough as nails, and for them to actually go ahead and give her the nod here was pretty fucking good.
I know you guys weren't watching it through the stream, but at least on the stream, every other word of hers was like bleeped out because they were terrified she was going to curse. And like the second she said something that started with like a C or an F, they started bleeping out for a few seconds. I was dying laughing at it.
I couldn't hear half of her speech because it just was bleeping out.
Yeah.
Yep. Michelle Williams, I don't know. What did we say about All the Money in the World? I don't know if she was amazing, but she definitely put in a lot of effort. Like
she was very good in it.
She was very good and tried the hardest, I'd say, out of everyone in it.
I mean, we all know my thoughts on this movie, and I love it so much. So I'm very glad you got it, but just it's surprising. Hey, politics are big keys.
Sam Rockwell and Frances McDormand deserved, and like no one can really argue about those wins. You can say, hey, Sally Hawkins deserved it as well, but you can't really argue. There's more awards for Three Billboards that upset me that they won. Those two didn't. Yeah.
Screenplay probably pissed you off, right?
I was very happy with all of the awards they won.
Well, let's just do Best Motion Picture before we get into the little guys. Okay. Best Motion Picture was Dunkirk. This is a weak Best Motion Picture. Dunkirk, I think. Because Dunkirk is...
Well, list them all first.
Haven't seen it. Dunkirk, The Post, The Shape of Water, Call Me By Your Name, Three Billboards. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 5.
Yeah.
I think the fact that Ladybird and Get Out were put in the comedy really was fucked up.
I agree. I really think, like, I don't know. There's things when, like, baseball Hall of Fame voting where people say, just think of the name and just say, is he a Hall of Famer? Is he not? Before you look at any stats, before you think about it. None of those movies scream Best Picture to me, besides Dunkirk, which I don't love Dunkirk, but I think it fits the criteria of like really fucking well done, a little bit different, original, and in, like serious. I haven't seen The Post. Shape of Water, kind of. Three Billboards definitely doesn't fit it for me. And Call Me By Your Name is an indie that no one knows.
Now, what if you thought of Three Billboards the way I thought of it when I walked out?
He got the ending. For those just listening to this episode, John got the ending wrong, but he still likes it, even though...
We're not getting into this argument again.
Fine.
But
my alternate reality is great.
The ending we ended up with, I liked it, and I agree with you that I actually don't think even Dunkirk, out of any of those movies, I don't think they're Best Picture-esque, but out of the options, I think that was the best one.
Which one, Dunkirk or
no? Three Billboards.
Yeah, Dunkirk is like towing the line for me, but I think it falls into what my mind sees that category as the most.
Yeah, I can see that. My personal opinion is out of those 5, I thought Three Billboards was the best. Well, hey, and I haven't seen Call Me By Your Name because nobody has.
You haven't seen Shape of Water or The Post either.
Yeah, all 4 of those. So I've only seen 2 of them, but Three Billboards was the best.
The Shape of Water fits. It's not bad. Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. Disaster Artist, good. Get Out, good. Greatest Showman, I can't believe that's getting praise. Trying to make P.T. Barnum look like a civil rights leader and good guy. Get the fuck out of here. He was a snake oil salesman, and I did a thesis paper on him in college. He's very interesting, not a good guy. I, Tonya.
Tell me.
He was the original Snake. Like, he's just a bit like a con artist.
We're gonna have to do like a Greatest Showman like show, and I want you to read the thesis to us.
Yeah, we won't even see the movie. You can just read it to us and we'll give you a reaction.
I, Tonya is getting a lot of love. It looks good. And then Ladybird. I think the Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy 5 are much stronger than the Best Motion Picture, Drama 5.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
much stronger.
The fact when I think best picture of the year, I don't think of any ones in the drama. I think Ladybird, even though I haven't seen it, but your praise because I watched your YouTube and stupidly, and the Get Out. Get Out was just changed the game. It was a great story. Loved it.
Get Out was like a low 90s critical score and a 5 popcorn, which we don't have much of.
Yeah, I should probably watch that movie.
You gotta stop saying that, man. You really gotta stop that.
Well, it seemed like the first half.
Dave, if anyone's listening that hasn't listened to a lot of episodes yet, you're coming off as a guy. They're all thinking, "Hey, why is that guy on the movie?"
I promise you guys, I actually love movies and see a lot of them. Just
all right.
Not
remember Happy Death Day? You fell asleep the first 10 minutes. Jesus, dude, you got a bad track record.
That's not my fault. I was drinking.
It's a little bit your fault. Okay, moving on.
All right, best motion picture animated. Don't give a fuck. I guessed Coco. I won. Do you guys have anything to say about best animated?
I hadn't seen it.
I heard it. I heard it actually is like really good for Pixar.
Yeah, no, I've heard Coco is amazing. I haven't seen like any of the movies. All I knew was that I was gonna riot if Boss Baby won.
I think Moana should have won, but it's me.
That was last.
Moving on.
Was it?
You guys are saying too much about the animated category, and yes, Moana was last.
And I think it did win.
Well, it should have.
Best director. This is
Moana should have won 2 years ago.
This is one I just. Best director, motion picture. Guillermo del Toro, Shape of Water. Martin McDonagh, 3 Billboards. Christopher Nolan, Dunkirk. Ridley Scott, All the Money in the World. Steven Spielberg, Post. I think this category is pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's the one Natalie Portman called out.
Yeah, whatever. Del Toro won?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could put Ladybird director in here if you wanted. Take Steven Spielberg out. No one has seen The Post. And
that's just his name that got him there. You're right.
His name, put Ladybird girl in there, and then no one gives a shit, and she can't make that joke. Ladybird's not going to win. I think Del Toro for Shape of Water, McDonagh for 3 Billboards, begrudgingly for me, but I understand he belongs there. Nolan for Dunkirk, and Ridley Scott for All the Money in the World. Those are good directing.
Yeah. I think to solve that little thing with Portman, they don't rush the post-production on The Post. And you save it for next year, and then Ladybird's director slips in here, like you were saying. And Del Toro, I feel like, should have won. I haven't seen Shape of Water, but I felt like this was more of a legacy award anyways, even though I've heard great things about Shape of Water. But Del Toro's had an amazing career that the fact that he hasn't won one before is outrageous.
I think Ridley Scott should got, I don't know, for his job alone, replacing Kevin Spacey in 11 days was just insane.
I agree that's insane, but then I also read that Kevin Spacey filmed all his scenes in 15 days, so it's only 4 days shorter.
That's an excellent point. Okay, didn't know that.
I wanted Christopher Nolan to win. Dunkirk was such an original experience for me. I don't even know if I liked the movie that much, but I definitely.
Do you watch many? Do you watch many war movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love war movies.
All right, just
you don't think, do you not think
No,
I just think Dunkirk was. Oh yeah, I watched a lot of war movies. I think it was way different. You didn't know any characters' names, or you weren't invested in anyone. It was just a harrowing story that you felt like you were in. It was real weird, immersive directing.
Mm-hmm.
That was different. I thought he should have won. I'm not mad at Toro as the winner either. It was pretty good.
Yep.
A screenplay motion picture. This one upset me. Because I think there are so many flaws with the 3 Billboard screenplay. Mostly he didn't finish the story and just said, it doesn't end.
No, it ends.
No, it does.
Coming to terms.
They drive to Idaho and they kill him.
Coming to terms and compassion. We're not doing this. Just everyone go listen to our old episode and hear Jimmy and I yell at each other for an hour.
It was actually him. They actually drive to Idaho and kill him.
Yeah.
Done deal. We know this.
That's Banana Land.
That's my second most upset category. Is that I don't think he deserved that.
Okay.
All right.
What's your first most upset category? Did I miss that?
You want to go to that now? It's the next one anyway. Best original score. The fact Dunkirk didn't win this is insane. Dunkirk was music the entire movie with a ticking clock. to make you feel anxious, and the music, there was no dialogue. So the score
the thing
was the movie.
I think that you enjoyed that because for like actually good reasons, but can you see how half people voting probably were like, this is irritating, or like this like made them feel uncomfortable. It probably hurt them for that.
I can see how people voting like, was this an enjoyable experience in the theater? If this was a popcorn award, I could see it getting knocked. But an Academy who is appreciating the art of movie making, I can't see anyone saying this wasn't amazingly well done.
My counterpoint to that, though, is people normally think of the Golden Globes more as like the popcorn awards and the Academy as the Academy.
To an extent, yes, but I don't think fully.
Yeah, I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Yep. It's an excellent point, Dave. Good job.
I thought Dunkirk deserved to win that. I just saw Shape of Water. I don't even remember the fucking music.
Is that what won?
Dunkirk,
I don't even know what won.
Yeah, it won.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, you want to do some TV ones?
Before we leave movies, I mean, we can all agree that the fact that Logan was left out of the movies was just like a blatant slap in the face to everyone, right?
I haven't seen it.
Agree. I agree it should have been in, but I'm not surprised they left it out.
Because, I mean, we're going to, like, take ourselves out of the superhero fanboy world. That was a great movie, like, as a standalone movie.
And I believe they're pushing they're pushing Patrick Stewart for the Oscars for Best Supporting Actor.
I mean, he
should get it. If he won it in the Oscars, I wouldn't be upset.
That's Hugh Jackman. Jimmy, I know you don't like superheroes. I know you don't like those fantasy things, but I mean,
I told you I read the first 10 pages of Logan, the comic book, while I was on a movie set and I was bored. It's good stuff.
Good. You were on a movie set?
I didn't see the movie. Didn't finish the comic book, but I read the first 10 pages. And
I've seen the movie and read the comic. They're both very good, both wildly different, though. I wouldn't go into the movie expecting it to be an adaptation of that.
So, all right, well, that's my 2 cents. I thought that was probably the best chance that a superhero movie had since The Dark Knight at getting an award, and it didn't even get sniffed at. So, I feel like they released it way too early. They released it in February last year, I think. So it was the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Poor planning. I'm sorry.
What do you think it should have won?
TVs. Oh, I think it should have got nodded. I think it should have got a nod for like best. I don't know. I think maybe they should stood up and be like, "Hey, Logan was great." Moving on. Here we go.
Oprah should have acknowledged it in her speech.
Yes.
I think TV, I don't get too upset because I think the Golden Globes does a much more serviceable job than the Emmys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it Emmys? Because Emmys is trash. It's just cable
ratings and shit like that.
It's it's like Two Broke Girls probably has won an award before. It's terrible. But they do actual real limited series and HBO and Showtime and shit. There's a couple that are bad ones. Like my biggest, every time I looked at this sheet and saw that Feud, Betty and Joan was on here, it's just very self-serving because it's a show about Hollywood and they love themselves. Did you guys watch that show?
I watched one episode. I was like, it wasn't for me because I don't know the backstory of them. So
I watched the whole. Well, I think I didn't finish the season because it got so bad. And I like a lot of the FX anthology things.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. Big Little Lies won Best Limited Series for Motion Picture.
I really like that one. I am upset that American Gods. I didn't see them nominated at all. Have you guys seen that?
No.
And I haven't heard praise for it.
Oh, it's the book is great, and it's a very weird book that I was very worried at how they were going to adapt it. It's looking like it might only be one season because there's some behind-the-scenes trouble. I'd go and watch the first season at least. What's his name? The Al from Deadwood is one of the leads in it.
Al Swearingen? I don't know that guy's name.
Yeah, I'm blanking on his name. He's in Game of Thrones for an episode. But yeah, he's one of the leads. It's got an amazing cast. It's worth checking out the one season.
So this is my issue with. Are you okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Drink of water. This is my issue with TV awards because there's so many TV shows out there. I feel like 3 TV shows come out every day between Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, regular TV, HBO, Showtime. There's like so much shit out there, and it's all very, very, very good. So you can give out the award for best original series or whatever, but like there's probably 17 other ones that could have equally been like awarded, and everyone would have been like, okay, that makes sense. It's so tough to give out these awards for TV.
I think they just go like based on like popularity, not necessarily quality. I mean, I haven't even seen the Handmaid's Tale, but like everyone was like jerking that off this year, and I feel like no way that's better than Game of Thrones.
The Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah. Game of Thrones isn't as good as people say it is, like for award wise. I love Game of Thrones, but it's convoluted as fuck. It's entertaining as hell, but it's awards.
I don't even find Game of Thrones that convoluted. I feel like you've been paying attention the last 7 years. It all makes sense.
There's like 50 main characters.
No, but we could spend a whole fucking day talking about this. But it's important because it's a crossover classic, and people who don't love nerd shit love this show. So that's why it's important, right? It's great, but I wouldn't say it's like award worthy because it's a great. Maybe they would give it like the best writing. Sure,
aspects of it are award worthy.
Yes, as a whole, not so much.
Yeah, even like technical stuff like cinematography or effects, probably up there.
Were they eligible for this year?
Yeah, they were up for something.
Whatever
best television series drama.
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale.
They should have got a technical award for breaking the. They're going to win an award for in the SAGs for sure for best stunt ensemble because they broke every record for like most bodies burning at one time.
Nice.
When
all right.
This season when they like the dragon burned everyone alive.
Yeah.
It's got all the records. It's crazy.
Big Little Lies kind of cleaned up because they won best limited series, a motion picture. Laura Dern won best supporting actress. Skarsgård won best actor, and Nicole Kidman won best actress. I think they all did you guys watch Big Little Lies? It's good.
I really like it.
I really like it. I think they all deserve it, but it's again a little self-serving. I tweeted out like
I gave up on it after it's two episodes. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I was with you at somewhere like this is getting nowhere. We're learning nothing. It's pretty just going in circles, but it was good. The acting was definitely good. Like I'll knock the writing a little bit and the pace and shit, but the acting was really good. But it's about a bunch of white people, rich white people, backstabbing each other and being dicks. It's basically the OC for adults, and Hollywood's going to eat that up.
I think I was out when I realized that Adam Scott was just a sad little man, and I don't like seeing him as a sad little man.
Wait, did you at least get to the point where you see Skarsgård beat the shit out of Nicole Kidman?
No.
That was like hard to watch. Like
that'd be worth watching.
It's worth going back and watching it because one, he's amazing in it, but also two, I feel like anybody who's that good at acting like he's beating women has beaten women in his life.
I won't say that. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Hit the alleged button.
No, if anything I've learned tonight, I need to go back and watch Handmaid's Tale and Big Little Lies. So I can admit when I'm probably wrong. They were probably good shows.
I'm sure they're good, but Game of Thrones has ice, zombies, and dragons.
That's its downfall. Best musical or comedy category, real weak what they did. Will and Grace, Smilf, Master of None, good. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I haven't watched that.
I've never even heard of it.
It actually looks delightful. Like I think I might check that out.
I got recommended that.
Will and Grace can't be good. Blackish can't be good. Smilf on Showtime isn't good. Master of None I like very much.
Blackish is good. Not
award worthy. I've heard really good things about Blackish actually.
Not award worthy, but it's a solid Thursday night 8:00 show for sure.
Like Modern Family.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or The Good Place.
Then that's fine. Still doesn't belong on this list.
Absolutely not. You're right. But I'm saying, you can't say not good.
Okay, that's fair. I will accept that.
Okay.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel won. Master of None didn't. I don't know. There's so many comedy shows out there that's weird.
I'm shocked they didn't give It's Always Sunny like a little bit of like a nomination nod.
Once again, I think that would have been last year.
No. They finished up this year.
Did they? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was qualified for this year, and they said no because they hate fun.
Yeah.
The only other thing on here that we have that we can talk about, because I know we're on different sides of it, is Aziz Ansari winning for Master of None. I tweeted out that every part of that show is good besides the acting. This is not I don't think the acting on that show is good. I love it. As soon as it comes out, I watch it. I've watched both seasons twice. It's if you're in your quarter life crisis, late 20s, 30s, trying to figure out life, it's hard not to connect with it. The acting, I don't think is good. Dave, you said you think he's a good actor.
I think he's the best part of the second season. I agree with you. The acting isn't great in the second season. I thought the acting was much better in the first.
No, the girl in the first wasn't good either.
I think the girls are kind of the weaker points of both seasons.
And all the supporting cast, the big goofy guy, the lesbian black girl, they're all just comedians, like saying lines like comedians.
I don't know. I like them. And I was surprised that Master None didn't win, if only for that lesbian episode in the second season. I felt like that was going to be like an awards-worthy episode where they showed her like struggling through the years coming out to her family. I felt like they like
the second
people voting would eat that up.
The second season of Master None had a lot of concept episodes. Everyone loved the one where it went like through the strangers of New York and the mute girl. I actually didn't like that one at all.
I hated that one.
I loved the lesbian. I thought that was really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just think it's like giving it Aziz Ansari Best Actor would be the same thing as giving Jerry Seinfeld Best Actor for Seinfeld. Like that is one of the weaker parts of the show. He may write it, he may do all the jokes and put it together, produce it, direct it, whatever. I just don't think he's good at acting.
Yeah, I think you nailed your criticism of it, saying that it's just a bunch of comedians doing their own little stand-up show together. They don't really relate to each other. I mean, this is another one where I should watch more of it, but I gave up on this. Please tell me I'm not alone when I say that the episode in the first season with Aziz's parents was the worst half hour of television ever produced.
Well, you know that there's actual parents, right?
Yes, that makes it so much worse.
But it's kind of endearing when you know that.
Yeah, I liked it.
But no, I don't think so. I think it's bullshit. Like, hey, look, that's nepotism in my book, okay? They don't belong on there.
No, I love it. I
hate it.
Yeah,
they were fucking brutal. It was so hard to watch.
His dad is great. His dad's so kooky.
I agree, but the acting is not why you're watching that show, because I think they're all bad actors. Every single one of them.
You're not selling the show. I mean,
it's a great show.
The storylines and the situations. It's comedy acted out.
Okay.
That's
all right. I'll keep going on it. I stopped last week because I was like, I don't know. That one episode really bothered me.
That's all there is. Best actress in a television series went to Elizabeth Moss in The Handmaid's Tale. She gave a terribly boring speech. Did she ever win for Mad Men? Yeah, I think she won last year.
Okay.
All right, so here's my erroneous notes. What was up with Jennifer Aniston when she asked that old lady, "Can I pull your ear?"
Oh, I don't know, but I'd kill someone to let her pull my ear.
A little tug, yeah. That was Carol Burnett. That's from her old TV show.
Okay. What about old ass Douglas trying to talk? That made me hate life.
That was tough.
Like old age. Age is an inescapable motherfucker. And I'm already, you tell me like death and I get terrified for my life. It's a new thing I'm dealing with. Like
really,
last 2 years, if I just think about death, I just get so scared. And seeing what that old man has become right now, oh my God, I was haunted.
Okay with it.
I almost cried watching him because he was struggling so hard, and I wanted someone to like save him and just cut the mic and go like just give the award. Like that was brutal, making us watch him for like 2 whole minutes.
I was always like, oh well, like, you know, death happens, whatever. I'm around here. I'm going to enjoy my life, do whatever. And now I get like a daughter on the way. I'm like, all right, well now I got to be around for a while. All right. But after seeing that, I'm like, there's going to be a sweet spot. Like I got to be around for a long time, but not that long, because that is a horrible way to live.
I think 80 is the perfect age to go.
Way too far. No, I'm thinking maybe 65.
All right. I feel like at 65, you can still be living a good life.
You can't put an age to it. You can't pin an age to it. You see that thing on Reddit went viral of like that 95-year-old boxer who was still like moving around. That dude's living life large.
Yeah. I'm
It's
not
just
that guy.
a time and place. That dude that they wheeled out there, God, I mean, good for him. It made me sad. I was like,
He was putting moves on Catherine Zeta, correct?
No, that's his stepdaughter.
His daughter-in-law.
Her
Daughter-in-law.
daughter-in-law.
the daughter-in-law, his son got
Mouth
throat
cancer from eating around. Yeah.
cunnilingus.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I will say that did remind, as hard as it was to watch, it reminded me I need to go back and rewatch Spartacus because that movie's amazing.
Watch the TV show.
Oh,
I've seen
so
it.
good. So good.
It's so good, but so different than what the classic
Wait,
movie.
did you guys both say it was good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Spartacus on Star.
Yes.
A lot of people saw the first episode, thought it was a 300 ripoff, and wrote it off. Some of the best character development and writing going. That was awesome. That whole.
I never saw it past the second season because they did the flashback second season. Then the guy like died or got cancer or whatever, and so they recast him. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to watch it because I really like that. The first guy, but I've heard the second guy is actually amazing too.
Yeah, Spartacus. They still changed like the blood of sand or whatever. So they changed the whole part of it, but. Yeah, that first season was incredible. Like one of my favorite series of all time.
The second season, that was the prequel.
Yeah, they did the flashback, giving the actor time to like go through chemo.
But it actually is good because one of the actors you see, Crixus, comes or not Crixus, the other guy, comes back. Whatever, it worked out.
Yeah,
the second actor, he wasn't as good as Andy Whitfield, the first guy, but it was serviceable, like good enough that I still enjoyed it. And it was just a crazy story, Spartacus.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Oh, one little note. Millie Bobby Brown. And did you watch the pre-show at all?
No.
No.
All right. How old is she? She's 15?
Yeah.
13.
Yeah. 13, 14, whatever. We'll call it she's a teenager. They had her on the red carpet. The camera on her head. And then it was like down the body to the ankles and then right back up again. I was like, Jesus Christ, we're not looking at Jennifer Aniston here. This is Millie Bobby Brown. It was actually kind of like
child.
It made me like, I felt weird about it.
Well, you're making me imagine it in my head, and that's even weirder.
I need to share the weirdness because it was uncomfortable.
Well, don't worry, we're sharing it with you because I'm picturing my head now too, and I don't like it.
Yep. And Al Roker, he may not have watched a TV this entire year. He had no idea who was in what. He had somebody in his ear telling him like names and stuff like 5 minutes after he was talking to him. James Franco came up to him, and he was like, "Oh, here's James Franco," and then he moved on to him. It was Dave Franco sitting next to him, and he had no idea who he was. So
I mean. It's tough. He's got to wake up at 4 a.m. every day. He can't be involved and be up so early.
Yeah, and his best friend's molesting people, so I mean that's tough to deal with too.
Yeah. On that note, everyone have a great day.
Have a great week, everyone. Next week we will be back actually reviewing The Shape of Water.
The Shape of Water.
Shape of Water.
Which I gotta say, it's a doozy for me.
Yeah.
Because it's roller coaster. Do I like this movie? Do I not like this movie? It's we'll get into it next week.
Well, why don't you sleep on it and think about it, okay?
Yeah, because a lot of movies change. Like, I walked out of Dunkirk and Blade Runner kind of like, that was different. I don't think I really liked it. But now I think they're both good. See, Dave, I admit, Blade Runner better than I graded it.
Yeah, Blade Runner is like a fine wine.
That makes me so happy now.
Yeah, Blade Runner is like a fine wine. Billboards, though, opposite. The more I think about it, the more it upsets me.
But whatever, I don't care. You're all in on Blade Runner 2049 now, and
what about my version of Three Billboards?
I like that. All right, I gotta go.
All right, see you guys next week.
Thanks for listening. Rate, subscribe, review. Yay!
Woo!